Well, good morning. Hey, Sue. Welcome, welcome, everybody. I am trying a brand new microphone today over on TikTok. So we'll see how that goes. I had been having so many mic problems, as you guys know, with the crackling and everything. So I went ahead and I ordered one of those fancy DJI mics, and I've got it plugged in on TikTok now with YouTube. I'm still using the old one, but if it goes well with TikTok, I might upgrade both of them. So we'll see. But anyhow, Gen X said it sounds great. Yeah, does it sound any better than it normally does? Hey, Mrs. Jarvis, Debbie is here. Good morning. I hope it sounds better. That was the whole point of trying um, a new microphone. We'll see. Hey, Mary. So Sue says you are crystal clear. Awesome, awesome. Hey Tanya, good morning. So I was busy last night, guys, as promised. I finished up all of the little market bag squares that we worked on yesterday. So I've got lots of different color combos here. And today we're going to work on sewing all of these together. Are y'all excited? I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be fun. So Gen X says YouTube sounds good as well. Thank you so much, Gen X. Um, so let's see. Way too close to the project on YouTube, though. Oh, let me zoom out a little bit. Thank you. Thank you. At least I'll try to. Let's see. Is that better? Oh, yeah. I see it's way zoomed in. Goodness. Hopefully that's better. I can zoom back out too. Let's see. It's weird. It looks totally different on my phone than it does on the YouTube screen. Let me try to zoom out even more and let's see what that does. Okay, I don't know why it's so zoomed in over there. The YouTube was very odd this morning as I was setting it up. So anyhow, I had some thoughts about the color join that we did of these squares. We were talking about this yesterday, and guys, I hate to tell you, I have a little bit of a plan. And my plan is when we look at a market bag, if I bring out one of these ones I've done, um, here's the thing. I love to do the handles where they have these alternating colors like this. So in this case, I worked with the dark teal, then the little lighter bluish aqua color, and then the very light, and then I went back to the tan color. So basically, it matches the colors of my square. Now with this market bag, I joined with all the beige color. It's kind of like a tan, I guess, if you will. Um, but what my thought was when we do this unicorn bag, I did go shopping in the closet and I just didn't really, nothing jumped out at me about like what I would prefer to like do a contrasting color. So what my thought was, I would like to sew it together. I'm going to crochet join these together with purple. Okay. So where we have all these crochet joins is going to be purple. Then what I thought is when you're doing these market bags, you can see here, do you see how my first color row was the dark aqua? In this case, it would be that lavender color. Then I think I would move to the pink. Then I would move to the aqua blue, and finally the very outer row, just that very edge, I would do the white. So that way the straps on our bag would complement these squares that we did. So I think it would be kind of a cool look. So basically, what I'm proposing is the straps go in this order: lavender, pink, blue, and then a very outer row of white. So basically, I would have that. And then purple would end up in the middle and it would radiate out from this. So basically, just like this, we'd have purple, pink, blue, and then the white. And then, of course, on this side, we'd have the purple, pink, blue, and white. So it'd give it that like rainbow effect. And I kind of, as I was looking at the squares, trying to choose like the pattern, this color doesn't really, the way that these are together doesn't really appeal to me, like purple, blue, pink. It doesn't like pop as much. So then it kind of came down to like these two. But I think I would like to join with the purple color. I don't know. I'm just feeling the purple this morning. So The way that I do this, let me move some of these yarns to the side because we're only going to be using the purple this morning right now. So let me get that one in a position. But I put a sew diagram on the link tree. But basically, what I do, guys, is I spread these out on my lap, and they kind of go in a diamond shape here. And it's going to be a little hard to see, just because my lap is not big enough and the camera is too small. But basically, I spread them out like this. And so I do a total of 4 down, okay? Then I do tippy tops together again, another 4 like this. And then I have to come back and put these ones in the middle. And I'll try to zoom out and show you guys this as we're doing this. I'm just placing the squares right now. So they end up looking like this. Let me try to move this light a little bit. So they end up looking like this, if you guys can kind of see that. I know it's hard because my map is not big enough for this project when we're looking at it. But basically, I have 2 rows that come down like this. And what I do is after I get them placed, I'm going to zigzag join, and I'm going to go down like this, all in one fell swoop. I'm not going to cut off until I end the square. Okay, so then I'll have these 2 sewed together like this. Then I come back and I sew on this one, and I go in a zigzag down like this. And then on the very last, I come in and I sew these 2 corner pieces like this. So once I have it kind of like situated like this, then I have my pieces laid out. Now, like I said, there is a sew diagram on my link tree if you want to print out a diagram. But basically, I'm going to grab these first 2 squares right here. And what I do is I put them back to back. Okay. And I'm going to start crocheting along this side here. And I'm going to be doing single crochets. So let me get my lavender here. And I'm going to start with a slip knot onto my hook. And then right into this corner, and I go in the space, I just do a single crochet. Excuse me. Now what I do is I go along, and where these stitches line up, I go under both bars of this one and both bars of this one all the way along. Now, the other way you could do it is you could go in the back loop only of both of them, and then you would be left with this little white bar of texture. So for this one, I'm going to let's try it in the back loop and see how we like if that looks good to us. And all I do, so I go, you can kind of see it here. I skip this one. I go in the back loop. Then on this one, you kind of turn it to the side. I'm not going in this front, but I'm going in this one that's facing me. Remember, they're wrong sides together. And I just am going to do a single crochet all the way down, grabbing those 2 loops, one from each. And then I'm going to flatten this out and we'll see how it looks. And like I said, sometimes I go under both loops of them, but sometimes I go under just the one, just to add a little bit of exciting like textures. Let's see. Hello to you who make me raise my head. Uh-oh. Hey, Claire. Everything all right, Vizia? I hope everybody's having a good day here. Good morning. Good morning. Today we're sewing together a market bag, guys. We made these granny squares yesterday on the live. And so as promised, I finished them all up. And now I am crochet joining them together. And we're going to, at the end, have a market bag that is sewn together. Maybe next week we can work on a strap. So I'm just doing a single crochet join on these. This is what I find the easiest way. There's lots of different ways to join market bags. I hate sewing, and so sewing for me is not something that I'm particularly interested in. This is the same way that I join these if I was doing a bat or blanket as well. So either way, okay. So I'm here. When I get to the very corner, I go just right into the space of both to kind of make it a little stronger. So let's flatten this out and see what we're working with here. So this is what it looks like. And you can see by going into the back loop, see how it left this little line of texture? I think that looks kind of cool. What do you guys think? Do you like that? Um, Hannah says, just another day. I think it looks good. I think I'm going to stick with this. So then what I do is I pick up my next piece. So again, this is kind of hard to see. You can see it a little bit on TikTok, YouTube, it's harder to see. But then I grab my piece from my pattern here and I pick up this next one and I put those back to back. So now I have my two pieces back to back like this. And once again, tighten this back up. I go through the corner under just right into the space. And then on the one that I'm adding, I go right into the space of that one also. And you guys, you have to get this kind of really tight. And then I do a single crochet. If you get it too loose, it'll kind of be like kind of sloppy in the corner. And you don't want that. You want it to have a nice, firm look to it. And then I line up these stitches. Okay, so I line them up so I can kind of get them in place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the back loops of each of them and I'm going to do a single crochet. So wherever they match up with their counterpart, I'm just going in the back loop. So you can see here we have two loops. I'm going to skip this front one. The one that faces you is called the front loop. And I'm going to go in the back. Now on this one here, remember we have our wrong sides together. So I'm going to skip this one that's away from me because it's, turned around. And I'm just going to go in this one that's closest to me. And again, single crochet. And I just keep these lined up and I just go all the way along. And I can do the whole grouping of these without ever having to trim off my yarn. So once we get this one done, we'll lay it back out flat and you can kind of see how this will sew together. So anyhow, Veronica says, I like it. Good, good. I just really don't like sewing. And I've seen the flat crochet join. There's a lot of videos on YouTube right now for that. I have not tried that one. To me, it looks like it's more time consuming. And so I haven't like tried with that one yet. I should do it though, just so that I can say I have done it. But this is kind of my go-to when I'm joining granny squares, and I have done this for just a number of years. And did I get off here? If I get off like this, if they're not lining up, so see, you can see right here, this one has 2 stitches, right? And here I only have one. What I will do is I will put them both together. So I will kind of go like this and slide both those stitches onto one and then do a single crochet and just kind of get them back in line. You could also do a decrease there, but I like it to look very uniform here in the stitches. So let me show you guys again how I did that because some of you might be like curious, like how is she doing that? Okay, so here is my one stitch. Okay, so I'm going to go under that one. Now here you can see I have 2 stitches, right? So I go under the first one, then I take my hook and I put it under the second one. So now you can see there's 2 right there, and then I still have my first one here. Then I pull up my loop this way, and then I yarn over and pull through all of them. So it just makes it squish together and it looks like just one stitch. Okay, so here we are. We've got our third one sewn on now. So you can kind of see here's our zigzag, right? So now we're going to be looking and we're going to add this piece right here. So we're working down and this is our next piece here. So I'm going to bring this one. And again, I put these back to back. So I kind of line them up here and then I pull them straight up so that the right side is facing me and this right side is away from me. The wrong sides are together. Then I tighten this up Oh gosh, 10 new messages. Sorry guys, I'm really trying to Lynn says you make this look so easy. Thank you, Lynn. I like I said, I really do try on these things. Um, so again, here we go into the very corner space. Find your corner space of this one. You can see it here. And then I tighten this up nice and tight. And then again, do a single crochet. Now I keep these stitches lined up. So just like if you were going to whip stitch these together. So does everybody know what I mean by whip stitch? Like you take your darning needle, right? And I would have put the purple yarn on this, and then I would go under these, right? And I right sew these together like this. Instead of sewing them with the needle, I'm going to crochet them instead. Okay, so here we go. This is the first stitch here. Again, I'm going to go in the back loop, and then I find the counterpart over here, and again in the back loop and a single crochet. Now under the back loop of the next one and the back loop of the one, single crochet. So again, I'm skipping this stitch that faces me. You can see it here, skipping that bar, going right into the next one, the one behind it. And then same thing on this side. So I'm grabbing the one that's closest to me because that's technically the back loop, and I'm leaving this front loop behind. And then I'm doing a single crochet. Hannah asked, what are the pros and cons of joining with crochet versus sewing? For me, it's a matter of laziness. I think both are equally strong. I just prefer the crochet join. I like the look of the crochet join over sewing. But if you don't want a texture row, then you might want to do like a whip stitch on them, right? There's a seamless join also. So I think that would be basically the overall look, I think could be a pro or a con depending on what you're looking for. So when you do a crochet join, you can see this purple is kind of giving it a ridge. Now you could join with the same color as well, and then you wouldn't have the contrasting color, but you still would have this ridge. So if you want these not to have this, then you would want to do a sew join. Hey Amanda over on YouTube, good morning. Let's see here. Kelly, good morning. Sparky is here. Hey Sparky, good morning. Mattress stitches are seamless too. Yes. So I think that's the biggest difference. If you don't want, a crochet ridge sticking up in your project or your blanket, then you're going to want to, sew these and not crochet them. Me personally, I like the look of the added texture. I just think it gives it a little something, something. And so I really like it. But I do think it is just a personal preference. Okay, so you can see here now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we need to sew number 5. So again, we're keeping these lined up. And now I'm going to be joining these two together. So you can see it's kind of forming like a zigzag, right? So I put the backs of these together and get my yarn back on my hook here. And then I'm going to go into this corner space here. Oh, I didn't finish the corner here. Let me finish that first. We've got to go in this corner space. My bad. Okay, so we'll get that one in there. Okay, let me line this back up just to make sure I've got the placement correct. So these two are going to go like this. So I pull them up together. So again, I have the wrong sides facing together, okay? And the right side is facing out on both sides. So now I'm going to go into the corner again. Thank you so much, Mel, for the heart hands. Thank you. Thank you. And then into the corner of the next one, again, tighten this up and now do a single crochet. So then we're going to line up these stitches just like you would if you're going to do a whip stitch or sew them. And into this first stitch here, I'm going to skip the front loop and I'm going to go into the back loop. And same thing over here, we're going to find that first stitch and I'm going to go in the back loop only. So again, I'm working and leaving a ridge behind. You can see it here. See this ridge of texture here? I'm leaving that behind, just adding a little dimension to our bag. Again, skip the front loop into the back and into the back here. So on this side, if you can see, I'm leaving the front loop behind there. Okay. So again, single crochet, and we're just going to do this the whole way down. Just keep them lined up. If you get misaligned, it's not the end of the world. I showed you we already had one misalignment. So, of course, Crochet Rebel over here is breaking the rules already this morning. But all the colors are purple except Red Heart. Yes, that is correct. Sorry, the colors, the turquoise. This turquoise blue is Red Heart Super Saver in the colorway Turqua, Turqua. It looks like turquoise. The purple is Big Twist Lilac, and the pink is, oh gosh, what was it called? I've got it right here. Pretty in Pink. Really pretty. Also Red Heart Super Saver. And then the white I'm using is just, again, Red Heart Super Saver white. So just economical. I'm pretty cheap. Oh yeah, you guys found my new little Rebel sticker. Do you like that? I put some Valentine stuff up there too. I haven't I'm getting ahead. I know Valentine's is a ways off. Um I guess it's a ways off. I don't know. Time moves so fast anymore. I think I got to stay ahead of the game. But for all you subscribers, I made some new little stickers that I thought were kind of fun. Um, I got ahead yesterday too. I'll tell you, I worked on I changed up the hat of the little frog. You know, the little frog is so cute, and so I I made the Valentine frog because he's got his little uh, but not really. It's next week. Wow, see, that time just is crazy. It flies so fast. Anyhow, I made the Valentine one, and then I made one for Easter, and I made one for St. Patrick's Day too, because I was on a roll. So, okay, so you can see here now we've got 2, 4, 5, and we have one more that we need to add here. And this will be the last one of this side for our market bag if I did this properly. So again, I'm going to put these, I put them face up like this and kind of get a plan. And then I pick them up like this. Again, get my yarn back on my hook. And then right into the space of both, I do my single crochet. Yeah, I'm making a market bag this morning, guys. We made these squares yesterday. Wasn't yesterday's live so much fun? We all voted on the colors, and then we made these squares. Now we didn't have enough time to make them all on the live, so I had homework last night. Y'all gave me homework, and I did good. I stayed up. I watched The Bachelor as I was making my little granny squares. I can't help myself. Is anybody else a sucker for the Bachelor series? I have been watching Bachelor since I was very young. Um, I can't help it. I just can't help it. So anyhow, this is the it's going to be a unicorn market bag, and you guys, I was looking at Wally World online last night, and I found some unicorn fabric that is these colors. It's got little unicorns on it. I need to go down to Wally World and just make sure that it's the right shades. But I want to put a liner in this bag, and I want it to be unicorn fabric. Don't you think that'll be adorable? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And then I think my plan for the strap will be really good. Deborah says it was fun yesterday. Yeah, it was a really fun live. We'll have to do this again. I think everybody really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's fun when you guys tell me what to do. It's fun when you guys boss me around a little. I like that. uh, who is the market bag? The market bag is here's what a market bag is. These are very popular in crochet, but you make up these granny squares, okay? And then you can see here what we're doing is we're sewing these together. And it opens here. So like if you want to go to, the store and you want to, I haven't woven the ends, but you have this basically this bag with your straps, and you can just take it with you when you go shopping. If and that way you have kind of a recyclable like tote bag. They call them market bags because when you go to market, put your veggies and whatever you want in your little market bag. So that's what we're making. We made all these squares yesterday, and now we're doing these joins. And at the end of the live today, I'm going to have a bag like this. It won't have the straps. We'll have to do the straps again at a different point. I probably will not have enough time. But that's what we're making. That's what a market bag is. So it's a very fun project for crochet because it's not like you have to have as much dedication as doing a full blanket or something. So it works up pretty quickly. A lot of people enjoy making them, and they're just handy to have around. You can throw them in your car, and that way you have something just to, if you go into Aldi's or something or over to Walmart, you just can have your little market bag with you. And it's homemade, it's special, it's unique to you. So I call this the unicorn one because to me these look like unicorn colors, which I think is really cool. So you know what? I did the wrong square there. I think I was supposed to do, hang on, my placement has gotten out of line here. So I need, that one goes here. You guys, I have to kind of put them back on the diagram sometimes because I lose track of where I'm at. Bear with me here as I get my bearings. This one goes here like this. This one was supposed to go here. Hang on, I don't like this color. I'm going to change this one. We're going to frog it. Get your frogs ready. I'm ripping it out. Rewind. I think I like this one here better. 1, 2, 3, and then I'll do this one here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that better. I'm trying to keep all of the ones that have the white centers in the middle is what I'm doing. That's what I'm looking at. So you can do them however you want. Hey, Gen X girl, good morning. Hi, Dale. Um, yes, I do line. I'm going to line with like a cotton yarn, or not yarn, cotton, um, like fabric, like a cotton fabric. I usually get like a yard or sometimes a fat quarter will be enough too. I'm bold. I'll just take my market bag right on with me down to Walmart, and I'll find whatever I like in there. Or we don't have a craft store that's close to us. It's about an hour away, but if I go to Hobby Lobby, I'll do the same thing. So I'll go in there and I'll find whatever kind of liner material that I think I like, and then I'll do the liner in the bag, and then I'll do the little handles and stuff. I usually do the handles first and then the liner last. But yeah, I do line them. Especially this one has quite a few holes in it. How many squares does it take to make the market bag? It takes 13. And if you go on the link tree, there is a diagram there. But basically, the way that this is, if you look at the bag, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, of course, on the other side, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8. And then you have one here, 2, 3. And then there's one on the back, 4 and 5. So you have 8 and 5 is 13. So when I did this last night, I made 5 of them that have the white centers, and the rest of them all have colored centers. So that's kind of what I'm using to line this up. But with this one, I don't know that it really matters, but some of them it does. Like if we look at our the purple market bag, here's another one that we have started. So here we did eight of these flowers because you have 4 on the front, right? And then you have 4 on the back, and then I did 5 mosaics. We did the mosaic on the live the other day, a different one, but same thing. So, it works great if you want to do like contrasting elements or contrasting colors, you can do 8 and 5 like this. So that's how I do it. Claire says, how do you attach the liner? I sew it in. I sew it with the sewing machine, and then I sew it right into the bag. And I don't have any examples here, but we'll be working more on this unicorn bag, and I'll kind of show you guys how I'm doing it and stuff along the process. I don't know if I'll do it on the live, but um, let's see. Do you have any sea turtles, and do you have any unicorn? Um, I have not. I started one for my sister-in-law who's down in Florida, and it has sea turtles. Um, oh my gosh, the little frog is so cute. Sorry, I'm really behind on the comments, guys. The little frog is really cute with his Valentine hat. Hey, Gail. Good morning. Dale says, I've got to do this. I agree. You've got to do this. Random says, I'm on my way to school, so I won't be able to see the final product. Uh, uh, Random spaghetti. If you go to my YouTube, there will eventually, within 48 hours, I repost out this video and you can rewatch it on my YouTube. It's Wheeler 8 Acres. So if you want to give me a follow here on TikTok, you can find the YouTube link on my link tree and it's also in my TikTok profile. So anyhow, feel free to give a follow, but I do repost this out. I am live this morning both on TikTok and on YouTube. Nana Tony says, I started a baby blanket last night for a baby coming in July. How exciting! I only have one baby right now that we're waiting on, and I don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl. One of the guys at my husband's work is expecting, and so they don't know yet. And so I'm kind of waiting to find out before I do something. Okay, let me reline this out, guys, and just make sure that I'm on track here. So this is the very last square. And this is the, let me see. I need longer arms. I need longer arms and a bigger lap. Okay, so that one goes there. That one goes like that. That one goes like that. Do I have one too many? Why is this? It seems like I'm missing one. Oh, here it is. Okay. I was coming up short. Let's do we like it like that? That kind of looks good, right? And then I'll have this pink one here. Do we like that? I like that. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do this last one here. So again, I pick them up and I put the wrong sides together. And we get my yarn back here. So now I'm going to go right into this corner again. So I go into this corner. And then I get this yarn nice and tight, okay? And then I do a single crochet. It'll want to kind of loosen up on you. And then I skip the front loop and I'm going to go into the back loop. And I'm going to do that on both squares. Okay, so I go into this first stitch here. I kind of line these up so I get my stitches in order here. And I'm picking up, I'm skipping the front loop because I'm just leaving behind this little row of texture. You can go under both bars. It's entirely up to you. Very easy either way. But I thought, well, this morning, let's give it a little added something, right? Okay, so we're just going to work our way along. Oh gosh, 25 new messages. Sorry, guys, I'm really struggling with the messages this morning. I usually need a yard of yarn or a yarn. I keep saying yarn, a yard of fabric, but don't be bashful. Like if you go to the store, they're not going to say anything if you take your little market bag with you. You just put it there on the counter and you get your bolt of fabric. And, you got to have two pieces for it. You've got to have the liner on both sides. Now, when Mama Wheeler did her liner, I don't know if Mama Wheeler's on the live this morning. I made her market bags and I said, here you go, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. You now have your own project to do. You get to line your market bags. But she's always my mom is good with that stuff, so she likes being an active participant in some of my projects. So she made her own liners. When she did hers, she did a pocket in hers too. My mom's are fancy. I made her two different market bags. I did them with the mosaic stitch, and they're really pretty. I attach the liner. I sew it by hand, Claire. Some people use a sewing machine. If you get on YouTube and just put line a market bag, there's lots of videos. Let's see. Hey, pretty woman, good morning. Nyanya says, wow, thank you, thank you. I like the purple too. I think it's fun. I like to do a contrasting color. Like, why not? Let's see. I said the purple would be the best joiner color. It looks sharp. Thank you, Shailene. Hey, Donna. Good morning. Thank you guys all so much for the screen taps this morning and the thumbs up over on um, YouTube. I appreciate that. We have lots of folks watching both places. Like I said, you usually are safe with a yard of fabric, and like I said, I'm not bashful at all, Sparky. I will just take my market bag right in there to the store with me. Even at Walmart, I don't care. It's not you can. It's obvious it's handmade, right? And so I'll, use it and just kind of figure out where I'm at with it and lay it out there on the counter. And then I'll order a yard and we'll go from there. So I've finished the last little stitch now and I'm going to snip off here. Okay. So Lynn Marie says, sometimes I can't tell the front side from the back. So the way that I do my granny squares, the stitches look pretty different. Let me spread this out here so you can see we worked. Do you see the zigzag formed? Pretty cool, right? Okay, so when you look at the squares, this is the front. Do you see how these stitches are very smooth here? When you look at the back, they have more of a ruffly kind of effect. I guess is the best way I could describe it. So this is the back and this is the front. So whenever you see the smooth, that is the front of your work. And then these ripple looking stitches are the back. Some people prefer the back of the stitch. It's a personal preference. Somebody mentioned on the live yesterday, and I apologize, I don't remember who that was, but they said they sometimes will put this as the outer side of the bag, and it just gives it a unique, different kind of look. But it's to me, after crocheting for so long, it's pretty obvious the front and the back. But I look for what's smooth and what's kind of ruffly. That's the best way I can explain it. Does anybody else have a different way to describe the back stitches? They kind of have little ridges and stuff in them. So, okay, so now I'm ready to sew my next line on here. Okay. So when we do this, I get these lined back out and sorry guys, I don't have a big enough lap. So we're going to have to, oh, I have an extra one of these. I forgot I made an extra. Okay. So basically, when you're laying this out, you're going to have to get the diagram off my link tree, or you could just Google it. There's diagrams. But basically, we have 4 squares, and I put them in a diamond shape. Then we have 3. So I've attached the 3. Now, opposite of this, I have another 4. So hopefully you can kind of see them here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then what I do is I pick up this first square way out here and I put it back to back with this one here. And if I hold it up like this, you can kind of see it a little better. But I'm going to join it here on this side. So basically, these are going to almost end up touching. And I'm going to put it back to back like this. Now I'm going to get a new yarn going, and I put a slip stitch onto my hook. Deborah says the back adds texture. It certainly does, especially when you do it like the baby or the wheelchair blanket I'm doing. Okay, so I put a slip knot onto my hook. Then I go, again, we have the wrong sides together. That's how I'm doing my bag. And I go into the space. Then I go into the next space here. So I have both of them in the space. And I draw up a loop. And then I just do a single crochet here in the corner. Now I kind of get these lined up. And the way that I'm doing these is I'm skipping the front loop and I'm just working in the back loop. And when we did that, you can see here, it kind of gave it this little added row of texture. You don't have to do that. You could go under both loops. Let me get my scissors here. Where'd they go? Maybe I won't get my scissors. Here, we'll use this little pointer thing. You can go under both loops here. Instead, I'm just going to go under the back loop. The one that faces you here, that's the front loop. The one that's away from you is the back loop. And same thing here. you have your 2 stitches, and again, these are wrong sides together, so technically, this one that's closest to me is the back loop, this one over here is the front loop. So the way that I'm joining mine, instead of going under 2 bars here and 2 bars here, I'm just going under the back loop. So I'm gonna skip the front loop, go under the back loop, and then same thing on this side, I go under that back loop. Sometimes I have to use my thumb there to help it. And then I do a single crochet. And then I move to the next stitch here. Same thing, keep it lined up on the back. Find your stitch and then single crochet. And then I work these all the way down until I get to the very edge. So again, I'm just working in those 2 back loops. Uh, yes, Shailene, a slip stitch would work as well, I think. Let's see. Mary, have a great day. Enjoy your day. I hope it's fabulous. Shelly says, I love your tricks and trades. When not crocheting, you save your stitch with a marker. Yes, I do. I have I have a blanket going here, and when I left off, I put my little stitch marker. That's the other thing you could do. You guys could pin these together with stitch markers if it makes you more confident. So lay them out on your diagram. I couldn't find my printed out diagram this morning, and my printer is on the fritz. I need to buy a new printer. What happened is I upgraded my PC to Windows 11. Do you guys have the same problem? And now the printer that I've had for, I don't know, 8 years, that is a great little printer, it won't connect to my computer anymore because of Windows 11. So now I have to get a new printer. I swear the whole computer PC thing is a big I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but a big, like, conspiracy. I swear it is. They want you to buy new stuff, right? Okay, so I finished this join here. You can see it. See how these purples are matching up here at the beginning at the top? Now what I need to do is I need to put this square here. And now, because we've already joined one here, when I do this square, you can see I'm going to go here and then down. So, right? Then I'm going to add my next square here and we'll do the same thing. Okay. So that's kind of how that's working. Once you get this initial row set up, it makes it a lot easier to add the second row. Let's see. Gen X said, I just upgraded to Windows 11. I had to re-download my software for the printer. Yeah, I did. I tried all that, Gen X. I really did. It took, I got a new PC and also, and I'll tell you what, it was faster to set up a whole new PC than it was to work on my printer. And I finally, I can't get it. I think it's too old. I've updated the drivers. I've done everything. I'm pretty I'm not like a tech like geek or anything there, but I know enough, and it shouldn't be this difficult. So I just really think that it's no longer compatible. So I'm grumbling about it, but I need to get a new printer anyhow. I think I'm going to get an Epson Eco Tank. I have one of those that's I turned into a sublimation printer, so I can dye sub like T-shirts and stuff, and mugs and everything. But I don't want to use that for my daily printer when I'm printing out patterns and you know, shipping labels and that kind of stuff. I want something that's more economical, but I still think I might get another Epson. I really like that other Epson that I got. I have the 15,000. If anybody knows anything about printers, for my sublimation, I have the Epson, the ET 15,000. It does an 11 by 17 sheet size, or maybe a 12 by 18. It's a really slick little printer. It's awesome. So I'm not going to get anything that robust for my, PC, but we'll see. Let's see. Sorry, let me catch up on the comments here, guys. Can you explain how to do a join you can't see? Have a good day, Queen 530. Thanks for being here. Have a great weekend. Can you explain how to do a join you can't see? I'm not sure I understand, Ashley. Um, help me. Can you elaborate more? Like I'm not sure. Uh, yeah, Sparky says, "Girl, that's ironic. You literally work in the printing industry." That's how come I know printers, Sparky. So I finished this one. Okay, so we go into the corner here. Now what I'm going to do, you can put your work back flat, okay? And you can see how these two are now what needs to be sewn together. So then I turn my work like this, and now I'm going to crochet these in here. She means the mattress stitch. Oh, Ashley, I have not done the mattress stitch. I was just saying I need to do that one. But go on YouTube. There's lots of people that have tutorials of the mattress stitch. I've seen a bunch of them. That's why I keep saying to myself, I need to learn how to do the mattress stitch. But I just haven't been that ambitious. I have other projects that I've been more interested in learning, so that one has kind of gone by the wayside. But it is definitely on my list at some point to learn the mattress stitch. But I would say go on YouTube. Does anybody have a favorite YouTube person that shows how to do the mattress stitch nicely? We could maybe share another person that does it. That would be helpful. I don't know. There's so many of them, honestly. I think Bella Coca, she does lots of granny squares and stuff. Let's see. Let's see. And an inkwell printer. Yeah, Shailene, that's what the Epson Eco Tank is a it's an inkwell printer rather than I'm tired of spending all the money on the cartridges. Um, and then I'm tired. I saw a video the other day. I don't remember what I was watching. Maybe I was on TikTok when I saw it, but it was like this little gal, and she was talking about printed patterns, and I'm sure you guys all feel this. Like you pay for a pattern, like a crochet pattern, right? And the whole thing has like colored backgrounds, and it takes so much ink to print it, and it's like she was ranting and raving about it. It was the cutest video because I thought, oh girl, I totally feel you on that. I hate that when they do a pattern and it's like she was had one that was pink. The whole background was pink and it's like 20 pages that you've got to print. Gail says we're having a snow day here. I work at school, so it's a distant learning day today. Nice. It's overcast here. Amy says mine won't work now and I did the same. Well, I'm glad I'm not alone, but um it's very frustrating the printers thing. So it's very, very frustrating. Hey Sonia, thank you for the follow this morning. Sorry guys, I'm really trying to catch up on these comments. This is going to be really pretty. I'm super excited. Um, Mrs. Jarvis, I'm making a granny square market bag. So I'm joining the squares this morning. Now it's not going to be as big as this one that I made here because the squares are a little smaller. But basically, guys, if you're just hopping on and you're wondering what I'm doing, we made granny squares yesterday. We made all these little squares on the live, and we're making a market bag out of them. So you need 13 squares. This is an example of one that I have. Here's another one. I've got lots of these next to me, lots of different possibilities. These are all works in progress that I haven't finished. But you can kind of see here. Do you see how I have this crochet join? The black is hard to see. See the purple? I'm joining the squares this morning. So we're adding essentially where this purple line is, and we're sewing this together. And we're doing, instead of sewing, we're doing a crochet join. So you're going to have a market bag like this, and then I'm going to come back and we'll eventually do a liner. And I'm not going to do the liner on the live, but I of course could show you guys. And then I'll work on the straps as well. So for those who are asking why I went with the purple, do you see how this strap goes? All of the colors are here, right? I have the very lightest aqua, medium aqua, and then I have like this darker, like teal. I don't know what it's called. Okay, so in the market bag handle, you can see in the very middle, I did the teal, and then I did the medium aqua. This is the very light aqua, and then I did the very tan. So what my thought was for the unicorn bag, stick with me here. Instead of where this aqua is, it's going to be purple. Then I'm going to do pink. Then I'm going to do the turquoise. And then the very final row, I'm going to do white. So it'll look like a rainbow. Hey, Deborah, good morning. Welcome, welcome. So that's what I'm doing with the market bag. And that's why I chose the purple, because I want the purple to be kind of the first color. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. Sorry. Use the same color yarn on the seam and you can't see it. Yes. That's the other way that I do this. So, for example, on the black, right, I crocheted with the black. You could also do a seamless join. There's a lot of different ways that you can do these joining of bags. It really is a personal preference. I don't like to sew. Okay. That's the bottom line. So I just come and do these little crochet joins, and that's what I'm working on today. Let's see. So, Sammy, I think I may have answered your questions. I'm a little bit behind on the comments. I'm trying to catch up here, guys. Let's see. I know I hit a nerve with the printer issue, didn't I? The teal pig says, I would love to see how you line them. Kayla, you had sent me a message about sourdough starter. And I'm sorry, I saw that there. I haven't had a chance to respond, but I don't know if my sourdough starter is any good anymore because I haven't done my sourdough in a really long time. But when I first got my starter, I actually got it off Amazon. There was, you can buy a starter on there because I didn't have anybody in my area that was doing sourdough. But like I said, I have mine in my fridge. I haven't fed it, gosh, in like a month or more, and I don't know that it's very good. So, um, anyhow, I think if you don't have somebody else, you could definitely try Amazon. I was really happy with the sourdough starter that I got on Amazon. Maybe somebody here has a sourdough that's active that they're using all the time. I know Maggie does a lot of sourdough. I don't know if she's selling her starter though, or giving it away. I'm not really sure, but I don't know if mine is fit, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, magical unit. Maggie does. Okay, thank you, Gen X. So give Maggie a follow. And she talks about her sourdough all the time. For me, my husband is not really a fan. He likes the fluffy Wonder Bread, which I know you guys are all like cringing. And so he would rather have the fluffy white stuff than my good sourdough. So if I make bread, it's just for me, and I just haven't been making bread. I will use it sometimes, like the discard. I'll make sourdough waffles and pancakes, so that's one way I like to use it. But anyhow, so sorry I haven't had a chance to reply to that. It was a long response, so I was hoping I could catch you here one time. Um, let's see. Sorry. Shailene said white, pink, blue, and purple on the outside would look amazing. Awesome, awesome. Sue said, April, you have the most wonderful mods. They are all sweet and helpful. I know, aren't they amazing? And Anvil is feeling sick too, guys. And she is still here with us this morning, even under the weather. I could not do it without them. And I couldn't do it with all of the people that are here every day. You guys are so good to me to help answer questions and stuff. I really appreciate it. It's a lot for me to crochet and explain what I'm doing and stuff. Today's a little more relaxed as I'm sewing these, but we have so many new followers that pop on, and folks that are new to the channel, and you guys help me so much. Like, I really couldn't do it without y'all. This is not a one woman show over here. This is all of us. I'm telling you. I appreciate each and every one of you that come on every day and take the time to tap and answer questions. And I have seen a lot of new followers pop up over here on TikTok. So let me take a minute, guys. I'll kind of spread this out, and let me just introduce myself to all the new followers so you kind of have an idea of who this crazy lady is over here in Alabama. But I am a hobby crocheter, and my name is April. I come on live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings at 7 Central Time. And I do work full time. So at 8:30, I hop off, and then I go and into my office. I work remote, and I will do my 9 to 5 job. So today we are sewing together a market bag. So I'm crochet joining these. It's going to be a smaller size bag. It's not super big. We made all these squares, well, not all of them, but a portion of them on the live yesterday. Y'all voted for the colors. And what do you think? Aren't the colors woo woo? I love them. It looks like unicorn colors. I'm going to find fabric that has unicorns on it that's in this colors, and I'm going to line it with unicorn fabric. I think it's going to be like really cool. So basically I'm crochet joining them, and you can see how it goes like little zigzags, and it's really fun. I really enjoy doing that. So we started here in the very top, and I crocheted these together. I laid them out according to the diagram. The diagram is on the link tree, okay? And the diagram we used for this market bag. So it has images of this market bag, but it's the same thing we're doing today, okay? So we crochet join these, and now I'm working on this side here. So I'm putting these on, and I'm almost to the end here. So you can see these two here. I just finished here. Now I've got to pick these two up, and I put the squares back to back. And now I'm going to crochet along here. So this is a crochet join. I'm using a single crochet, and it's just very easy. I don't particularly like sewing. So this is kind of my way that I join these. You can do the same color. You could do white. You could do, in this case, I'm doing the lavender because why not? It sounded fun. I think it looks pretty, but you have to be creative and do how you like it. A lot of people don't like contrasting colors. So, whatever your preference is. Now, as I put these back to back, I line up the stitches. So I'm lining up the stitches of this square with the stitches of this square here. So you can see there's the 2 bars there. And then over here, we have the 2 bars. And what I am doing is I'm skipping this front loop, and I'm going just in this back loop only. So the one that faces you is the front, the one that faces away from you is the back. Now keep in mind, these are wrong sides together. So technically, if I was to turn this is the front and this is the back. So I'm going into the back of each of these, and I'm just pulling that up tight, and I am joining with a single crochet. So I'm just going under those 2 loops, of one on each side, and doing a little single crochet join. When I do that, you can see it leaves behind this little line of texture there. Black Beauty said, when you sew your liner, wait, I lost it. I'm sorry, I was too slow. Uh, Yes, be creative. I'm going in the back loop only. Black Beauty says, when you sew your liner, do you use a regular needle or a ballpoint? I use a regular needle. So if I was doing like the crochet join on this, then I use like a tapestry needle. This is got like a blunt end on it. But if I am sewing in the liner on the inside of the bag, I feel like I need something a little sharper that will go through the cotton, and so I use a sharp needle for that. And I sew it by hand. Some people sew them on their sewing machines. So Sue says purple is definitely the right color to join. It looks amazing. Thank you, Sue. I was thinking a lot about it last night because I started thinking about the straps. I don't know how I'm doing on time today. I probably need to hurry up because am I close to running out of time? I always worry that I'm not going to finish this on the live. But I did already fill the bird feeders this morning. Oh, I have a hair appointment today. I get my hair did today. I'm excited to go see the gal. I see a little hairdresser here in Rainsville. Her name is Carly Ann. Little Carly. She keeps me hip and cool. She's in her 20s. And I'm getting a hair color today. I go every, I don't know, 6, 8 weeks. But I'll tell you, my roots are showing. So it's time. I'm always excited to go see the hair gal. Anvil says 8 o'clock. Okay, I still have some time. I want to get to the back of how we put this all together. So we're almost there. I've got a couple more squares to sew in. So let me focus on some of these stitches and get this I don't want you guys to miss like how you have to turn this. Okay, so when I get to the corner stitch here, I go right in the space, and then in the one behind, I go right in the space, and again, I do a single crochet. We're getting it all linked up here. So now we have our very last square that goes here in the very bottom corner. And now I'm going to, again, put these back to back. And then I'm going to go into this space, into the next corner space. And again, I'm going to single crochet these together. Make sure you get this stitch really tight. Then again, I'm working just in the back loop, and I'm crochet joining with a single crochet. And I just am working my way down each of the squares. You can see I kind of line these stitches up, so I make sure that they're kind of lined up. You can kind of put your fingers here if you need to make sure these stitches are aligned. And instead of going under both bars, which you totally could, you could go under both bars here and both bars here. Sometimes I do that. In this case, I'm just going under the back loop only, just to kind of show you guys a different way of doing it. And I'm going to just continue single crocheting the whole way down. Let's see. Anvil says, I'm ready for winter to be over. Amen, sister. So am I. I think we all are. Hey, Chelsea said, hi, I found the diagram for the squares, but do you have measurements for the liner somewhere? So here's the thing. The liners, you all have to make custom, because every market bag works out to be a little different size. There's not a one size fits all. So what I do is I take my fabric and I put it back to back. Okay, so you have two pieces of fabric. And then I set my market bag over the top of it and I cut around it. And some people say to leave a bunch of space around the edge. However, I have found that that's not the most ideal for me. So I like to do it just the same size. That way it doesn't get all bunched up on the inside. Let me snip off here. I've misplaced my scissors. What else do I have here that I can cut with? Oh, here's a big pair. Let me pull this off camera. I don't want them to flag me for my jumbos. Okay, so we're going to snip this off. I'm done with this one now. So let me explain this a little better. So I have two more squares to sew in here. Okay, we're going to be working way up here at the top. But when I do the bag, okay, I'll take my two pieces of fabric and I lay them out and it's doubled up. Then I take my market bag, okay, and I place it over the fabric. So if this was my fabric, I would have it like this. Then I take either a pencil or sometimes I just trim it, and I trim around the outside of the market bag. So up here at the beginning, right where this is, I go like this, same thing, down in the V, and I trim that. Then I remove this. So like I said, this market bag we're doing right now is going to be smaller than this one. So the fabric that I need for the unicorn bag is going to be smaller than the black bag. So that's why you just kind of trace around it. And that's kind of how I do that. And then you sew the pieces together. I use the sewing machine around the bottom. And then when I get it up here at the top where the V is, I put it inside my market bag, and the wrong sides face your square. And the pretty side, of course, is inside your bag, right? And that way, when you open your bag, you have the pretty side showing. But then I sew it. So I fold it under the fabric right along here, and I sew it with these little stitches that I have. And that's how I put it together. So this is where we're at right now. You can see we've got our little crochet join. So we have 4 and 4, and we've got the 3 in the middle. So now what you do is we have 2 more squares here. I'm going to try to pull this up a little bit so you can see. I'm going to sew one more here, and then I'm going to sew one more here. And then we're going to fold this, and then we're going to sew the other side together. So for right now, I need to sew this with lavender. So I put these squares back to back. Pause for a puzzle. Okay, we're good. Now I'm going to, again, tie on with a slip knot, and right here into the corners, again, I'm going to do my single crochet. So let's get these little wing flaps here sewed on. I want to be able to show you guys how I turn this, and I've only got 30 minutes before I have to go to work. So I'm going to try to sew these rather quickly. But again, we're utilizing the same exact thing that we did earlier. I'm just doing a single crochet in the front loop and the back loop only. And I'm basically putting these together according to the diagram. Does that, Chelsea, did that help answer your question about the measurements? And like I said, I trim mine right to the edge of my market bag. Other people might have a differing opinion. I don't like it a bunch of bulk in my inside of my liner. I want it to be fitted inside there. So I really don't know why people make them a ton bigger than their size of their market bag. Has always confused me. Does anybody else have any thoughts on this? People that have made market bags? Am I alone in this thinking where I trim mine flush? Let me know your thoughts on that. But I hope that helped to answer your question. Let's see. Gen X said Arizona had only 1 week of winter. Uh, if this is all we get, summer's going to be brutal. Yeah, I honestly I don't miss the summers there, Gen X girl. I really don't. Everybody says we have the humidity here, but I take that over. So here I need to turn now, and I'm going to join this one right here. So again, I put these back to back, turn, and now I'm going to sew this last little wing flap on here. Oh, good, good. Chelsea said so helpful. Thank you. Very, very good. Thank you. Um, like I said, there's a link on my link tree. I think on the pink market bag, the Minnie Mouse one that we did. I think that one. Hey Macy, good morning. Um, yeah, Dana, it's the lining for the market bag that we're making. It's okay. I think I'm back caught up with the comments, guys. Sorry, I'm trying really hard to keep up. It's a busy morning. Everybody's interested in the granny square and the market bag. I never know what people are going to be interested in. It's always fascinating to me how many people tune into the live, and sometimes I think it just has to do with where everybody's at in life. If it's a busy morning or what it is. Macy says, once you get to a stopping point, can I see how it looks? Absolutely. Give me just 1 minute. I'm almost done with this little wing flap here, and I have one more to sew in, and then we're going to turn it, and then I'm going to pin it with some stitch markers, and then you guys it'll like kind of come together, and you'll be able to visualize it a little better. But that diagram is super super helpful on the link tree. So guys, if you are watching me and you have not given me a follow, I would love it if you would support your girl here if you are enjoying the live. And thank you all so much for all of the hearts that are flying up the screen this morning. I really appreciate that as well. And over on YouTube, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up over there. And thank you just for spending your morning with me here. I know everybody has a busy life, and I know I come on really early, so it does make it challenging sometimes. If you are, there's my scissors. If you are new to my channel, my name is April, and I come on live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings. Hang on, I want to put another stitch in this, make it tight. At 7 Central Time. I live in Northeast Alabama, and I am just a hobby crocheter. And I do, oh, I did it again. I do work full time, and so that's kind of where winding down on the live, and I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done so that you guys can visualize what I'm making here. But today we are working on the liner of a market bag. We made all these granny squares yesterday. Some of them we made on the live, some of them I made after hours, and we are crochet joining them together. So really fun unicorn colors. I'm going to try to find unicorn fabric to go on the inside. But you can see we're doing these little purple joins. So I just did this one here, and now I have one more to do here. So what I do is I put these squares back to back, and then I'm joining with a contrasting purple color. You don't have to use a contrasting color if you want to crochet join. You could use the same color. I've done that a number of times with my market bags. I put a slip stitch onto my hook, and I go into the space here under both the corners. Get this nice and tight, and then I do a single crochet. Thank you so much for the heart me. We have quite a thank you, Jennifer. We have a number of members of the team. Thank you guys all so much. You can send a heart me every day. It just takes 1 coin, and it helps keep my stats up. So I really appreciate that. And anyhow, thank you guys all so much for the new followers, and thank you guys just for the folks that are here all the time. I really appreciate each and every one of you. This has been a really fun week as we're winding down. Lots of, I think the granny squares were so much fun yesterday as we picked the colors. I really think, I was telling Anvil, I think we need to do this again at some point because it was really enjoyable. Bray, thank you so much, Bray's mama, for the roses this morning. Appreciate that. And anyhow, I come on and I try to teach about crochet stitches and stuff. So yesterday we talked about the granny square. I was really surprised how popular the granny square live was. I didn't think it would have that much. I think a lot of people have kind of seen the granny square, and I don't know why, but it was very popular yesterday. So okay, so I've got this one join here. Now I'm going to turn this, and again I'm going to put these together, and I'm going to continue putting in this square here. Is that Danny that I just see? Danny, thank you so much for the gifts. How are you doing, sweetheart? I asked the folks on the live yesterday to send prayers and thoughts your way, but we are so happy to see you here this morning. I'm sorry for all that you're going through. My heart just goes out to you. Anvil kind of clued me in. I haven't been over on Maggie's live. I've had such a busy week at work this morning, but I'm so glad to see you here. I'm sending a big virtual hug your way, sweetie. Thank you for being on the live this morning. And I don't know if Mama C is on this morning, but send you guys continue sending prayers and love over to my friend Carol too. She's my best friend. We've been friends for years and years and years. She's got some medical stuff going on, and anybody else? I know Macy's here this morning. Macy's having a challenge. She slipped and fell at work, and it kind of reactivated her concussion symptoms and stuff. So she needs some love also. And Anvil's really sick as well. And a lot of people in Anvil's family are sick. So lots of stuff going around this morning. But I certainly appreciate all of the support you guys give to each other. So it's just a nice way to have a friend. And man, if I like my friend Carol, she doesn't live by me, but man, if I was, I wish every day I could just reach out and give her a hug. So I try to give her a virtual hug, if you know what I mean. Um, you're absolutely, Macy. You certainly, I appreciate you guys, and I love you all dearly. Y'all are my friends. So okay, we have sewn all of our little squares together. So it is kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can zoom this out a little bit. I don't know if that helped at all. But there you can see our granny square bag where we have it so far. So now what I need to do is I'm going to fold this in half, and we're going to bring our two sides up onto each other and kind of get this lined up, okay, and kind of flatten this out. And you can see here, if I turn this over, um, this is the corner of our bag here, this square here. So what I do is I bring this square, you got to kind of fold it in half, and then I put this to the corner here, and I pop in a little stitch marker just to hold this in place. The same thing here. You can see these need to come together here. And so I'm going to pop in another stitch marker up here at the top. And same thing here. This side is open still. So the other place I like to do a stitch marker is right here and kind of secure this. Okay, so you can see now it's starting to look like a market bag. But here's the thing. I need to join this still together. So it's joined on this side, but this side you can see this is open. So what I do is I get my purple yarn and I'm going to start here and I'm going to go up this side. Then I'm going to turn and I'm going to put these together right here and I'm going to go up here. And then I'm going to turn again and I'm going to go and do these ones right here. So in one fell swoop, I'm going to crochet 3 seams and that will finish out that side. Now over here on the other side, again, kind of flatten this out, fold this square up, right? This becomes the side of your bag. And let's get out some more stitch markers here, if I can find them. And let's get these pinned into place. So again, in the corner here, I just kind of get this clipped up. This helps me to hold it together as I'm working to get this joined. I pop another one in here, and then I pop one in right here at the top. So now it is all pinned together. If we look at it on this side, it's starting to look like a market bag, right? Can you guys see it now? Can you visualize it? Sharon, thank you for the hearts this morning, or the roses. Thank you so much. So there is our little market bag. Now here it is. It's open on the top. So once we get this stitched up, this is where our liner would go. But this is a nice little size. So this market bag, if we put a little measuring tape on it, it's 12 inches. So it's not a really big market bag. But to make one of these, you need 13 squares. Now we did 4 rows of granny squares when we did these. And we needed 13 of these. So that's what we did. Now, you could make these bigger. If you want a bigger size market bag, you could do another row around each of these if you wanted your market bag a little larger. This black one that I have here, I did this with the sunburst squares. I swear at some point we'll do the sunburst on the live too, guys. Uh-oh, I've got a little visitor here coming up to investigate. You think you need to come up? So this one is about 17 inches wide. Don't chew on my foot. I have a little puppy, for those that don't know. He's trying to come up and say hi. Um, okay, come on. You can come up and say hi. There you go. Are you coming up? Hi, baby. He can't help himself, guys. He has to come up for some love. Are you going to be good while Mom crochets? Are you going to be good or are you going to be chompy? Just remember, if you get chompy, Mom's going to put you down. No, no. He can't help himself with those yarns. So again, I'm going to crochet here. We're going to try to do it with the dog in my lap. We'll see. I don't know that that's possible. No, 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 no. Okay, so let me get my purple and tie on. Maybe if I'm not wiggling this, he will go to sleep and relax. Or I'm just going to have a chomped on market bag. That sometimes happens too. His name is Diesel. I don't know how old he is. He's the star of the family right now. We have another dog too. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Okay. The folks want to see me crochet though. Can we crochet and you just lay there? We're going to try. We'll see. I don't know. Okay, so right here into the corner, I'm going to sew up this side. So I go into the corner space again. And I do a single crochet. Now I line these up, right? You can kind of put your fingers in the holes here, but I line these stitches up back to back and I'm going again in the back loop only. So I'm just going to work a single crochet all the way up. Aniki says, can we do some summer projects like swimsuit cover-ups and water carriers, etc.? I have one that I want to do. Hang on, let me get my pattern book out if I can get it. It's buried right now. I really want to make one of these and no, this is not for you. I know all this paper is so tempting, right? You're so excited. Here it is. I really want to make one of these, Aniki. Have you guys seen these? It feels summery. I want to make one on the live. I want to show how to make one of these panels. Um, there's a video on YouTube. There's a couple videos. Do a screenshot here. Here's what it is. Nikita Nightingale, if you guys want to see it. Go, you could go bookmark this, but anyhow, it's very easy. And look, this is why I want to make it. Do you see what she did for me? I love this girl. She's a diagram girl. Oh my gosh, right? How cool is that? So, yes, I want to make one of these on the live. I think it would be really fun. So I definitely have that. You guys, if you have a special request, just let me know. You could DM me or whatever. Let me try to get this book put away. Um, I'm always game to try. I can't do everything. I'm not an expert crocheter, but I certainly can try if you message me and want to make something specific. Now, keep in mind everything needs to be a free pattern because of okay, you're going to have to come down now. I just can't have you chomping on here. Okay, we're going to go down. Going down. Going down. Yeah, you want to get off. Come on. Go down. Go down. You're melting. You're melting. Oh, 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 no, 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 no. Let mom back up. Let mom back up. No, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, the baby. I can't crochet with them chomping on everything, guys. Sorry. He's gonna hang out right there at the end because he wants up here really bad. He thinks it's time for his snuggles. So, but anyhow, as I was saying, just keep in mind, it needs to be a free pattern, right? Because I don't want any like copyright infringement type stuff, and I really respect creators and their intellectual property. Okay, so if you are going to ask me to do something, I can certainly look at it and see, but just bear in mind if it is something that is a proprietary thing, I'm not going to do it. But I will let you know. We can certainly discuss it. So, yeah, he's he really didn't want to get down, right, Amy? Uh, Your Honor, he's innocent. Jennifer said he's wasting away due to no snuggles. I know, right? I'm a bad mama. I just kicked the baby out of the chair so I could crochet. Am I a bad mom? The poor little guy. Okay, so we finished this one side. Now, again, I need to do this seam here. Oh, now he's behind the couch. Everything, if you hear lots of noises and lights flashing, it's from the dog. So now I'm going to work and crochet this seam up. So again, get it right side facing me here. Put your two seams together where you've got it pinned. Right into this corner now, I'm going to do my single crochet. And then again, working into the back loop of these, I'm going to crochet up this side. Now he went outside. He's probably pouting. He's probably mad at me. He just wanted to see you all. He hasn't seen you all in a couple days. So he was like, Mom, I need to see the ladies or the guys that are on. I know we have both, but I know majority of the live is ladies that watch me. But yeah, he's like, I need to see all my friends. Too cute, right? 7 minutes. Today, I told my dog that she was melting, and wait, where did that go? And she was melting. A tear was falling down her face. Oh, the bear, that is so cute. I don't have any children, and so these animals in my life, they are the kids. But we are in full puppy mode here. Like anything and everything that's within reach is totally fair game. Oh, he found a squeaky. Now you're going to hear some squeaks, guys. Sunberry says, I'm late coming. What is this? We're making a market bag. So let me pop this stitch out and I'll kind of flatten this out and you guys can kind of see where we're at. We made these granny squares yesterday on the live and we're sewing them together and making a little market bag, little unicorn colors. And right now I'm sewing up this side here, but we sewed all this together on the live this morning. We crochet joined it. Now, if you're interested in doing this, you could find this replay over on my YouTube. My handle is Wheeler8Acres. And usually within 24 to 48 hours, I'll have the processed video edited and posted up there for you guys to see. Now, it's not like, a formal tutorial. It's basically me on the live, just like you hear me today, chatting and talking about crochet and stuff. So, it's kind of informal, I guess you could say, but yeah, it's really fun. It's been a fun little project for the market bag. I will try to do the handles next week. Well, let's ask. Do you guys want to see me work on handles the way that I do them? What I'm talking about, the handles for the market bag. I'm talking about this right here. Do you want to see me do this for the market bag next week? Yes or no? I'll make that one of the little. Okay, it looks like a lot of yeses. I'm assuming that's a lot of yeses coming in. Okay, so I'll put that on the agenda for next week as I'm making the schedule. So, guys, if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for the follows. My name is April, and I am a hobby crocheter. I come on live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. Central Time, and I crochet until 8:30. And so I'm getting lots of time checks this morning. I do work full time, and so at 8:30 I hop off and I've got to go feed these the puppy dog and our older brother, and I need to get ready for work here. So I'm just trying to finish up the last of these seams that I have here before I pop off. Now I am live both on YouTube and over on TikTok this morning, and what I do is I will really re-release the live footage that we worked on today over on YouTube. So if you happened 23 yeses, awesome, awesome. Did that thing auto tally that? I'm curious, Anvil. Did it auto count those or did you count them? I didn't know if you had it in you with to count them this morning, but that's a lot of yeses this morning. So we'll definitely put that on the live for next week. You can go back and rewatch these videos. Okay. So if you have to get off or leave, that's no problem. I will, have this over on my YouTube. It just takes 24 hours to process. And then I have to have some time to do some editing. Anvil says, no, I counted. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you, sweetie. So we'll do that next week. And, the other thing, guys, if you are new to my channel, everything that I'm working on, I put over on my link tree. So if you give me a follow under my profile on TikTok, there is a link tree. So you'll have my bio. It'll say something about Alabama and crochet or something. And then under that, you'll look for HTTPS link tree. And that will give you all of the yarn that I'm using if you missed it. There's a sew diagram if you want to sew a market bag together. There's the diagram. Now, of course, I'm going to come back and weave in the tails. And what I'm going to do over the weekend is I'm going to make one side of the handle. And then next week, we will do the other side. That way, you guys can visualize what I'm doing and we'll work on it together. But that gives you the gist of how these get sewn together. Now, obviously, I still need to sew up this last side, but I'm out of time. So I'll do that off of the live as well. Make sure you leave your top open here. Okay. So when I get here, you actually have this full like square open. Now this will flatten out once you start doing your handle. So again, if we look at this one here, I have one side of the handle finished. The other is like a work in progress. But do you see how I've actually incorporated the handle, this colored part here, into the top of this square? So this one right here, this is going to have this same look of stitches. And like I said, we'll do that next week on the live. So we'll plan on doing a strap. But anyhow, that's all that I have for today, guys. I am gonna hop off and go give this puppy dog some love. But thank you so much for being with me this week on the live and watching the market bag. Really fun week. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for being a part of my life, and I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. I will see you all next week. Bye for now.